Hey, what's up guys, it's I, Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing you another hopefully exciting video. So what I want to talk to you about today is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. I know it's just a remake of a PS3 game, but it was one that I was actually anticipating because after playing Eyes of Heaven, after getting into JoJo, I was actually really excited to play a classic style fighting game with them, and since it's still made by CC2, and I love the Naruto Storm games, I wanted to give it a fair shake and play it for a while and check it out, because I had only previously on the PlayStation 3 done like a couple matches with like Raggarolth. I never actually owned the game myself until now. So a few of the things off the bat that didn't quite, that I don't quite like, so I'll start with a little bit of negative and I'll mix it with some positive, and then we'll try to end it with a review with a score, if you could stick around to the end. So the first thing I'm going to say that I really don't like is there used to be a story mode. It was like a linear story mode in the game, and you would go through battles that started from like part 1 and like it would end with like I think like part 4 or 5 maybe, but it was like a lot of text on screen reading, but they have unique character interactions, so it's like a way of like actually getting to know the JoJo story. Not a good way, but it's just a way if you weren't really familiar with anything before that. So that's something that like I was looking forward to playing, but they actually took that away and they replaced it with this new mode where you just do like random battles that seem to have characters from that arc, and then it ends with like a boss fight, and you unlock costumes and stuff like that throughout that mode. Another thing that I do like is online play. Online play, you can unlock stuff, which does actually push you to play the game, because to be honest, there's not much single player stuff to be had in here unless you're labbing or doing classic arcade or that other mode. You're going to be spending most of your time here fighting with friends or playing online, and you do have missions that you can do throughout the week. Like the first one was like part 1 characters, kind of like the Wanted style that they did for Storm 4. And you can unlock stuff for this and completing missions, but some of the missions are like a little like they're not crazy for somebody who plays online, but for somebody who just wants to go online and unlock these costumes, it's a little nuts, because someone will be like, oh, I'll play like 20 battles or something. It's like, for someone like me, I'm not gonna be playing 20 battles against like randos online. I'd much rather do a lobby and play with like some of the Yoon-Fam members or like some friends or things like that. But that's a personal thing. If your thing is online, then like then you definitely are gonna have some fun here. The fun may not be as drastic as you thought though, because we thought that this was gonna have like rollback in some form or function, but it's got delay-based peer-to-peer. And playing with somebody who was just like one time zone over, like I was having horrible crashes and like really bad signal strength and just like freezing throughout the match constantly. A lot of the cinematics were completely jittery and with really low frame rate, and to be fair, this person does have a wireless connection, so it's not the best to compare it to. And some of the other people that I did play with wired connections actually went pretty smoothly, so I have nothing to complain about in that arena. But without it having not rollback, and I know you're supposed to really build rollback up from the ground up for a game, and this is a PlayStation 3 game, I just kind of expected them to expand more upon that. And if Storm 5 comes out, like they've already built up their system with that, so I doubt they're actually going to do rollback for that. And this is just more evidence, I guess, of that. But the game is fun overall. I do like the battle system. The play style is pretty fun. We get 51 characters this time, so they actually added like a bunch of new characters that are directly from Eyes of Heaven, because CC2 also developed that game, which you'll have no surprise with, because the music is almost dead on the Naruto Storm series. Like if you turn it on and close your eyes, you might think you're just playing Naruto Storm. It's almost the exact same composition of music. And while I do really like the upscaling that they did for the resolution. Like the characters look crisp and clean, and the backgrounds are pretty decent. I do like having the Eyes of Heaven extra characters back in here. There isn't this special mode of Dio that was in Eyes of Heaven, but I kind of expected him not to, and I'm kind of just happy that at least Bao is back, because he's who I'm trying to main, actually. there's a lot of good, like, fun to be had here with that stuff in particular. It's just lacking in a lot of single player content, and there's a lot of stuff that, like, could have been done to actually make it more of an enjoyable experience. I do like that you're unlocking costumes constantly, and there's, like, stuff that you need to unlock. That always, like, makes me pretty happy. The characters are all unique, which is a really good thing. I really like that they all are unique, and even though, like, some combo strings are going to be, you know, executed in a similar fashion, the characters feel different, and I feel like that's really important when it comes to, like, a 2D style, like, fighting game. It does start on, like, it's like a 2.5D plane, kind of like how One Piece Broken Blood did, where you're starting at, like, opposite corners of the map, but then as soon as you start moving towards each other, it immediately just goes into a side style fighting, like a classic fighting game. There's a lot of different features, I guess, that are a little annoying. There's, like, a perfect, like, dodge, which can be quite annoying, because if you just tap it and keep doing perfect dodge, you just keep, like, going around the enemy. You can't do, like, an 8-way run traversal, but you can use the X button to actually, like, dash around to the next plane on the field. It's kind of like going around in a circle. It's good for avoiding stuff, and it is also good for adding some levity to the actual stages. So I will give it that. Now, I'm not sure if we're getting any more DLC characters. I've heard that we are because of, like, slots, but I'm not sure 100%, so I guess it just depends on, we'll see, and if I have any news, I'll obviously bring it to you. But overall, the game is fun. I do wish there was more to do single player. Like, if I'm not hopping online with friends, I really don't have a reason to hop on there and play unless I'm labbing and trying to become, like, really good. The player base is not, like, great. I think I saw the consistent, like, players was like 800 for, like, the first week, like, consistent players, and that's kind of low. But for a JoJo game, which is already niche within the anime community, and a game that was on PlayStation 3 originally, that's even more of a niche community that's going to want to play that. I think a lot of people are just going to be pushing over, like, AAA games. This game's really for, like, JoJo fans and for fans of just, like, kind of, like, fun anime-based, like, fighting games. I am enjoying it. I do have fun with it, and I will continue to play it. I am happy that I purchased it. I do think that there should have been maybe a reduction of price or something like that. I did buy the digital deluxe edition, so I don't know if that affected me in any way, but I just wanted to make sure that if there was DLC or if there was any extra content, that I was going to get it and not have to pay later, because I'd much rather just get it over with in the outset and be unhappy, I guess, sometimes with content I'm getting later on, instead of having to keep yelling out, like, individual prices, which ends up being more in the long run. But I don't know, like, I was super looking forward to this game, and I'm not going to say that, like, I'm disappointed with it, but I am going to give it probably, like, a 6.5 out of 10. It's definitely, like, a better than average fighting game, I'd say, but if you're not competing with the top dogs when it comes to this one, and that, like, perfect dodge mechanic is probably going to, like, make it not as appealing to competitive players in the FGC. So whether or not that has any effect on it, and the netcode in itself, is probably going to be its biggest downsides. And then playing offline, there's not many modes outside, again, like arcade and that one mode that replaced story mode. So I don't know, there's not really much else to say about it. It's just, like, it's a fun JoJo game, so if you enjoy JoJo, you're probably going to enjoy it. You may enjoy Eyes of Heaven more. It's a little bit more of an arena-based fighting game, and there's, like, it's like 2v2, and there's a lot. It's actually a little bit different from this game, and it's still CC2, so if you like JoJo, I would say, like, try out both and see which one you like better. But Bao is in this one, so that's going to automatically put it over the Eyes of Heaven just for me personally, because I was, like, a huge Bao fan before, like, I even knew what JoJo was. But with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this video to a close, and now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section down below, and sound off on Discord and any other of the social medias that we have discussions about this stuff, and let me know how you thought and what you thought about it. There will be a poll in the community tab, like there always is, and if there's enough response on that, then I'll make a video about it. But any of your thoughts are always welcome, and as I always say, guys, I love it. Thank you.
And thank you.